Hey folks, so you haven't heard back from me in a while, and I'm sorry. I was trying to enjoy Washington and all that, and I had a great time. Just let you know, I was able to speak with the staff from Massachusetts congressmen and congresswomen, and then I was able to also speak with Maxwell Frost and their staff. Well, I didn't see Maxwell Frost. I spoke with Alex, who is with Maxwell Frost's office, and I was also able to speak with, I was also able to give paperwork to Congressman Darren Soto's office, because he's in our neighboring district, and for a while it was like there was some part of my zip code that was it was in his district. So but I want to do this video to update you guys on how my trip going back has been. I'm doing a podcast episode, and it'll have all the details about the trip going back. I did release episodes 257, 258, and 259 of Mike's Mission Podcast Show. Check those out, and you can know more about the DC and my trip up, and then the forum, and then also with the other thing that I'm doing, or I did, the educational summit that was hosted by Smithsonian. And then I also spent some time with my friends in Ellicott City, Maryland. Now, I want to do this ask. And normally I do not do an ask like this, but it's very important to me that I do this. I don't know, well, I didn't tell anyone, but this past Tuesday coming back, well, here's the thing. I decided not to take 95 coming back to Orlando. I decided to go over 70 over to 340, and then I took 81. And on Monday night I started not feeling well, and I was in Stanton, Virginia, when I was not feeling well, when I started not feeling well. So during Monday night I was coughing and all that and everything else. And then I went to the Woodrow Wilson Museum and Library in downtown, and I was still not feeling well. So I figured, why don't I have some juice? Why don't I have something to drink? I got in the car, and I was thinking, why don't I see what I can do and see if my condition gets better and everything else. So I ended up going to the ER in Roanoke, Virginia. And at the ER, they found out that I had bronchitis and COVID. So that was the first incident to happen. And I still have a little bit of the COVID and bronchitis, but I'm taking medicine to get better from it, you know. But yeah, it's been hard to deal with that. So I had to stay Tuesday night in Christiansburg, Virginia, and then Wednesday I ended up going down to Bristol, and then ended up following 81 down, and ended up staying in Pigeon Forge on Wednesday night. Then I ended up going to Knoxville, and I ended up in Chattanooga last night. Here's the second issue that I had. My car was shaking. There was a problem with the engine. I thought there was something wrong with the tires. It was the engine. So last night I ended up spending the night in Chattanooga. And then today, as I was getting ready to go on the road, it still had that problem. And it was not fun. So I had to get off the next exit, had to ask for a tow to bring me to the auto repair shop in Chattanooga. They brought it up. It needed a new solenoid and some other parts of the engine, and that cost like $500. So, and I had to have my dad help me out with that. But here's the thing, he didn't have a lot of money to give me for that. He had the money to help me out with that, but I want to pay him back, and it's going to be hard for me to pay him back through regular Uber eating and all that and everything else. So, and plus the 5 additional hotel nights that I had to spend while I was on the road, because I had to spend Monday night in Stanton, Virginia, Tuesday in Christiansburg, Virginia, Wednesday in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, last night in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then tonight I had a reservation for Macon, Georgia, but I don't know if I can afford it. So here's the thing I want to do for my dad. I want to raise, I need to increase the thing. I know I had to go at 600, and we succeeded that with 845. However, now I need to raise that goal to 1600. So I need an additional 700 to help my dad out. I want to pay him back. And, you know, because my mom and my dad are retired, and I was hoping not to have their help on doing this trip. Unfortunately, the car problem and then me getting COVID and everything else, you know, it was like I needed to I want to pay him back. So, and this is where I was trying to raise money, so if I had any expenses I need to cover, well, I'm still on the road and I'm not back home yet, so that's the problem. And I'm hoping to be back home in Orlando tomorrow evening, but I need your help, and I hope that you guys know someone that can help me to try to raise some money. I want to pay my dad back. I want to surprise him. I don't know if he knows about this. I want to pay him back. So if you guys can, please feel free to reach out to other companies that might be able to help out, or any way possible, because I need to pay him back. I feel that this was unacceptable for me to ask them for money. I know it was an emergency with me getting COVID, and then me having to deal with that, deal with the driving, the extra distance that I had to do to avoid 95 going back, you know, and then now with the car, with the repair, it was like, you know, but luckily it wasn't as bad as back in February 2024 when I had to when I couldn't make the trip up to Massachusetts and DC then, and I had to fly to both of those places. So I'm asking all of you to please donate. I'm trying to raise $700 more. I'm trying to maybe raise a little extra too. So that's why I'm trying to increase the thing to 1600. And if I get a donation of $755, I'll pay that back to my dad, and we'll be squared away. So please consider doing that for me. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you know any any companies that are willing to help, if you're willing to help individually, please feel free to do so, because I need the help that I can get to get back to Orlando after a successful trip to Washington, D.C., where I fought for everyone with disabilities, and I had a great time and all that, and you know, and going to the educational summit while I was up in Washington as well, it really helped me out as well. So I mean, you know, it's been a great trip. It's been a great pleasure to help you guys all out and trying to get our members of Congress to make sure that they raise awareness for people with disabilities and the living conditions and everything else. Now, as far as I am telling you guys right now, on July 25th, 2025, I am heading towards Atlanta. I'm gonna do some Uber while I'm in Atlanta. I'm gonna try and make some money so I can find a place to stay for the night tonight. And then tomorrow, I'll be driving the rest of the way home. This way I can raise the money so I can get gas and food and a place to stay for the night tonight. So, I mean, you know, that's what I'm doing with the Uber tonight. But I'm asking for the donation on the GoFundMe page because I really need the help, and I really want to pay back my dad. I love my dad and I love my mom, but at the same time I feel that I was trying to do this trip without their help, and unfortunately I had 2 incidents where I had to ask for their help with the hotels along the road and now with the car. So if you're able to help out, please do so. Thank you so much for your help and support. And like I said, if you know anyone or any business that's able to help, please be able to spread this around. Thank you.